My name is Wynts. I just came here to introduce my little clothing brand. It's called the Sigma Movement. Basically what it entails is 5 components that you can implement into your everyday life. And I basically just kind of made this brand to help people. Ever since 2020, the world's been a mess. People have been just moving around with no direction. So I just kind of created this to help give people some stability and something that they can implement in their everyday life. So it's based off of 5 components. The 5 components are strategy, intelligence, gratitude, mastery, and adaptation. So what the Sigma means, first of all, it's to indicate like a series of a set or a series. So it's basically just a compilation of things. So the prefix of summation is sum, so that means to add. So if we add up all of these things, you basically give yourself a better chance to have a better chance at life, I guess. So I'm just gonna get into this rundown of everything. But first and foremost, I'd just like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be no brand. So I'm gonna get into it right now. So strategy, you just gotta play chess, really. Like when it comes to life, you can't really just move around by the, like you can't just move around crazy. Like you gotta have a strategy. Like when, like say like a sports team, for instance, like they have a strategy to win every game. You play chess, you use strategy instead of just moving pieces around. So for strategy, I also have biblical backing behind every component of this business. So for strategy, Jesus said in Luke 14:28, "For which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the costs, or whether or not he has enough to complete it." So you just gotta you really gotta measure all the outcomes of whatever you're trying to do, basically. You gotta play chess, and you have to move properly, so to speak, in order to get the outcome that you want. So for intelligence now, in the Bible, basically it says, for lack of a better term, without knowledge my people perish. And in Hosea 4:7 it says, or 4:6, sorry, it says, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. For wisdom is a sorry, this is my first video, so bear with me. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth light to those that have it. So basically, like, you have to move intelligent as well. You can't really, like I said, just move around and do whatever you want. You gotta put in thought to everything you do, and whatever your next move is, you have to think very carefully, because that could be your demise. It doesn't mean death necessarily, but you could definitely mess up whatever you have going for yourself if you don't move with intelligence. Third of all, so G, that would be gratitude. So God really doesn't like arrogant people, you know what I mean? And what you have to know about that is, like, you can't be arrogant and expect to have a great outcome with whatever you're doing. You gotta really humble yourself, and you just gotta be cool. Like nobody likes arrogant people, because you can be humbled very quick. So the biblical backing for gratitude is 1 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 34. It says, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good and His mercy endureth forever." And for me, like, He's had a lot of mercy on my life, I can tell you that. I'm still grateful to be here, and it's really just a blessing that He's such a merciful and loving God, you know what I mean? For mastery now, basically, like, practice makes perfect. You can't just expect to be good at everything that you do. Like, everything that you do, like, you have to practice, and you have to really give it your all to become the best that you can be. Like, for me, like, this is my introduction, so I don't expect this to be good at all, really. You know what I mean? But you have to really just give your all and just continue to practice and do what you can to be as good as you can be in whatever that is that you put your mind to. So for mastery, the biblical backing behind that is 1 Corinthians 9 verse 25, and that is, every man that striveth for the mastery of things is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, we do it to obtain an incorruptible crown. So basically what that means is, like, whatever you're striving for, it can be corrupt, but if you're striving to, say, be like Jesus and all that type of stuff, like, you can't really be corrupted, because He was moving perfect. He never sinned, and He was just literally the definition of perfection. So whatever you're doing, just do it to the best of your ability and continue to practice at it. And with those talents, you could also help others. So for the last component of this business is adaptation. For adaptation, like, what are you gonna do when adversity hits you? You know what I mean? Are you just gonna fold? Are you gonna roll with the punches? Are you gonna make the best of it? What are you gonna do when adversity hits you? So for adversity, the biblical backing for that is Philippians 4 verse 12. And this one says, I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty, for I have learned the secret of being content in every situation, whether it be in abundance or whether it be in lack. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So for that, like, you just got to learn how to adapt with every situation, because if you don't, you could sink, and you want to be able to swim. You don't want to sink. So that's basically all I really got to say. That was the introduction to my business, the Sigma Movement, TSM. And we also got some gear. This is the merch right here, if you can see it properly. It's my little logo. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for listening. My name is Wynts. You can find me on Instagram, WYNTSSS_, or at the Sigma Movement, THESIGMAMOVEMENT. Thank you for listening, and peace.